shit. Hold on. There we go. Alright. Am I live? Hello, hello. Am I live? Am I on? Okay. There is... Excuse me. Yo, what's up? Hey, what's up? Them, they. Wow. That's, first thing y'all gonna say. Alright. Yo, what's up, literal hat? What's up? What's up? H? Just H? Okay. Yo, Yuri, what's up? Wow, these are new people. You guys are rare on my stream, and I have like 4 of y'all. Damn. You guys are rare on my stream. But usually the most common I would have to say is Syrup Goji and also Ches and, yeah, Nuclear Goji. Definitely the most common out of everyone, to come on my stream. But you guys are rare. You guys are very rare. Alright, anyways. Ches Goji, yo, what's up? What's up? What's up, Ches? How you doing? I'm a big chug. Chug. Oh, I didn't even know they were still doing the chug jug meme. I saw the thumbnail. Okay, yeah. So basically, Ghost Godzilla 2 is coming, and I think we all know that. Okay, I'll watch it. Okay. Yeah, what's up, Ches Goji? So, alright, so, to everybody that has fan art for the credits, if y'all want to be mentioned in the credits, like I said, just make a community post, and then mention me, and then I'll put it in the credits. But anyways, it's shown it getting copyright. Do I care? What? I don't even know what a chud is. Does it really look like I care? If it gets copyrighted, Like, they're just jealous that I'm actually, I don't know. They're just jealous that I'm making shit good, Like, the Ghost Godzilla that we wanted to see, but we never got him. I mean, do you look like maxing? Oh, maxing. Oh, that's what it means. Yeah. So you mean like maxing, like, max level? Okay. Sure. What reason for the copyright? I don't know. Maybe because of the music. But honestly, I do not care. I do not care if, like, I'm still gonna keep it up, whether they like it or not. I mean, yeah, I'm not making money off of it, but that's because I don't want to make money off of it. I'm just here for the fun of the game. I'm just here for the fun of the game. Alright, but anyways, without any further ado, yeah, you know why we're here. We're here because, Ghost Godzilla 2 is rolling around, and I'm here to talk about how, like, my first thought when I was making the retold story of Ghost Godzilla, and basically me breaking down everything you guys need to know on how I made this project. Who want to sit on this big belly? What? Okay. Alright, so anyways, this is how it happened. So, all the way back in 2023, I had a Ghost Godzilla series. Well, 2022, I think, I started. I had a Ghost Godzilla series that actually was not novel accurate. It was very inaccurate to the novel. So, all that stuff that you saw, not canon anymore. Just straight up not canon anymore. So, yeah, I decided I wanted to completely just take a whole new direction with this. I wanted a whole new direction with the character Ghost Godzilla. Because I made him all the way back. Well, I didn't make... Well, technically I did make the character... Well, okay. So, alright, let me explain. Toho made Ghost Godzilla, but I depicted him in a different way. Like, I depicted him a literal god. A literal god and, like, how do I say this? Basically something that just can't be killed. Unless, I'm not gonna say, unless, let's just say, oh, he gets dragged back to hell somehow, but that's not gonna happen. But, you know, but yeah, he's just like this, it's like, yeah, he's called Ghost Godzilla, but he's not just a ghost. He's something more. I'm not going to say what, but he's just something more. Okay. Anyways, so yeah. And then I just decided, I looked at Ghost Godzilla 1, I was like, you know what? I think the first one deserves a remake. But honestly, originally, I was just planning just to do that one. Just remake the first one and then go to Jurassic Zero after that. That was what my original plan was. Just that, and then I just go straight to Ghost Godzilla, or Jurassic Zero. Yo, what's up? My boo hat is my Pookie. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Anyways, yeah, I see your chat. I see it. I see it, literal hat. I see it. What's up? Okay, so anyways, like I was saying, yeah, Ghost Godzilla 1, that was it, I was just going to, like, leave it there, and then I was just going to have Ghost Godzilla 2, 3, and 4 be just the canon ones. But then I decided that I could take this series somewhere, I could remake it in a whole different way that, like a whole solo Ghost Godzilla series. So, yeah, obviously the first film, you know how, like, in every film, it's always Godzilla versus Ghost Godzilla, and Ghost Godzilla's, like, the enemy, and then Godzilla just defeats him? What I wanted to do was just a whole new direction and just call it Ghost Godzilla. It's, like, make it about Ghost Godzilla. Because Ghost Godzilla is definitely, in my opinion, one of the best villains. Like, even though we haven't actually seen him, but one of the best villains I've seen out of, like, the 54. Lore drop. Best Ghost Godzilla project ever made? Yeah, I think, as of now, I think I'm the only one that on YouTube that made a Ghost Godzilla solo film. I think I'm, like, the only one that made a Ghost Godzilla solo film. Like, I have not seen anybody else. Well, I mean, there's this one, but Godzilla's in it, so it's not really a Ghost Godzilla solo film. It's more of just Godzilla's in it. Like, Godzilla and Ghost Godzilla. Wait, Ghost Godzilla was actually a villain made by Toho? Well, he was. Well, he was gonna be, but then... Alright, so let me explain. So, Ghost Godzilla is a scrapped concept in the Heisei era. Like, originally, after Space Godzilla, they were gonna do Ghost Godzilla. But then, they kind of made him, like, the idea was Ghost Godzilla would possess Junior. He would possess Junior, and... yeah, basically he would possess Junior, and then Godzilla has to fight his own son that's mutated and all that. But then the mutated form that Junior took looked a lot like Destroya. So then they decided to take that mutant form and just make it into Destroya. And then boom, we got Destroya, Godzilla versus Destroya. So yeah, they were going to have Ghost Godzilla, but then it was just scrapped. Ghost Godzilla was just straight up just scrapped and then never used again. And honestly, I'm really sad because I really liked Ghost Godzilla. So, can we really call Ghost Godzilla's... can we really call Ghost Godzilla Toho's character if Toho hasn't even used it? So, if anything, it's technically YouTube's character. Like, so basically we kind of made Ghost Godzilla in our own way. So it kind of depends. But mine is currently... DKOTM Ghost Godzilla, yeah, that's basically my character. Yeah, he's not. He kind of is, but he's like a scrapped concept. So, Yeah, he's not even. So basically, yeah, he's not even a real character in the canonical Godzilla universe. I mean, sure, we have GMK, and that, yeah, actually, GMK is the closest we're ever gonna get to Ghost Godzilla, considering that he is forged by the World War II victims and then became, yeah, Ghost Godzilla. But they don't call it Ghost Godzilla; they just call it Godzilla, Mothra, King Ghidorah, giant monsters all out attack. But you know what I mean. Guys, guess what? Oh, what is it? What? Ghost Godzilla gonna do the Luigi's vacuum cleaner? I don't even think Luigi or, like, I don't even think a simple vacuum cleaner is gonna do anything. Saber, are you cheating on me? Never. Oh my god, these two are trolling. Lol. Okay. Anyways, like I was saying, so starting production. I watched the entire old shitty one again, and I see that it's it's Ghost Godzilla, but all the warships are around, you know? So I wanted to take that and, like, make it more, you know, I guess I wanted to make the ships kind of stand a chance a little bit, considering that Ghost Godzilla just woke up, so Ghost Godzilla's not really in his prime. Godzilla's not really in his, yeah, Ghost Godzilla's not in his prime because he just got up from the sea, because he just came, you know, he just arrived from the skeleton, arrived back to Earth. So obviously he's not in his prime. I mean, yeah, he's powerful, but he's not in his prime. So, you know, but all these new abilities that he's doing because of the okay, Ghost Godzilla 3. Yes, there's a Ghost Godzilla 3, obviously, because 1-4, yeah, you obviously know there's going to be a third one. Ghost Godzilla 3, that's actually going to show the origins on how he got these powers. Like the fact that he can freeze time, he can shoot eye lasers, he can do hand beam, he can do whatever he wants. He can even curve his beam if he wanted to, but that wasn't shown yet. But I'm not gonna. All right, I'm not gonna say more of his abilities because I don't want to spoil anything. But he can do a lot of cool shit. And also, yeah, the white atomic breath, which is shown in the film, blowing up everything. Yeah, Ghost Godzilla is, like, Toho's Ghost Godzilla was probably not that powerful, but I predicted him to be very powerful for a different reason. But, you know, my canonical timeline, I made it make sense on how he came back to Earth, which will be explained in Ghost Godzilla 3, of course, but I actually made it make sense. Because that's kind of what some Godzilla movies lack, is the certain origins and extent on these characters. Maybe Ghost Godzilla can change the black, change this black screen. Maybe. But I think it's fake because there was supposed to be a Toho movie, but there was only an AI image. What do you mean an AI image? No, there was a real image of Ghost Godzilla. No, what are you talking about? Hold on, let me show you. Hold on. Let me show you guys. Hold on. No, there's a real image of Ghost Godzilla. Hold on. Let me show you guys. Hold on. Okay, Ghost Godzilla. Okay. See? Alright, so this is what they were gonna do right here. This is Ghost Godzilla right here. This is the OG Ghost Godzilla right here. That's him right there. That's not AI. That's the real image. This is what they were gonna do. I really like this. Definitely goated. I want to remake this image, but with my Ghost Godzilla. Like, I really want to try that, if that's possible, of course. But holy crap. Let's turn this shit off. Sister sleeping. Okay, imagine in Ghost Godzilla Minus Zero, the real villain is Ghost Godzilla. Honestly, I'm not even gonna lie to you. Considering that -1 Godzilla is the original Godzilla, I find that very unlikely, because here's why. So, Godzilla -1 got Godzilla got shredded to pieces from a plane getting shot in his mouth, but then regenerated his cells. So I don't know how a physical ghost would come out of all of that. Wait, that actually could be possible, but other than that, I just feel like his soul still lives, of course, you know. So there's probably going to be like multiple Godzillas. However, though, I don't think I just don't think Ghost Godzilla could ever be in -0. You know, I don't see that happening. And plus, I don't think Toho would let Takashi Yamazaki bring a scrapped concept, considering that they despised Godzilla vs. Hedorah in 1971. Yeah, Toho declared themselves that they despised that movie for some reason, which I have no clue why. They despised it. But to be honest, Godzilla vs. Hedorah wasn't that bad. It was dark. Really dark. I don't know why the fuck they despised that film. It was dark. Perfect. Gritty. Hedorah was brutal. Like the fact that people are getting sick from radiation being spread in the smog and radiation in the sky, and then people die. Like that, honestly, could be used as a good concept, actually. Very good concept. Nah. I wouldn't really count Kiryu. I mean, yeah, sure, Godzilla's skeleton is inside of him, but that's more of like Frankenstein if you think about it. So, technically, it would be like a zombie Godzilla or a Frankenstein Godzilla. So, to be honest, it would be more of like Frankenstein, if anything. Not really a ghost, but more so Frankenstein. So, I wouldn't really count that as a physical ghost Godzilla. Because a ghost is like something that leaves its body, you know? But I do want to say, the fact that I can also make, like, the fact that I chose red, because everybody always uses blue, but I chose red for Ghost Godzilla, a red 1954 eyeless Godzilla. I chose that because genuinely, and then we have the sky matching, like he can change the sky however he wants. I just think it really suits him. It really suits him. It reminds me of Godzilla 2014, like the title card thing, like from the trailers and all that. Like that's why I chose that. Well, it's something. The red would match his anger. Yeah, because if you take a look at one scene, so the water is blue, and Ghost Godzilla comes out as blue, but then as soon as he remembers how he died in 1954, then he gets pissed, and he wants to go after Japan for killing him. However, though, at the end of Ghost Godzilla 1, originally I was going to make a scene where he actually arrived in Tokyo, but I do have to remember, in the timeline, the canonical timeline, Ghost Godzilla does not appear in Tokyo until 1973, but Ghost Godzilla happens in 1971. Like, first appearance and first attack, the ships, 1971. So, I can't make him go there, because he doesn't go there yet until 1973. So, kind of like, basically, I think February 1973, and yeah, he's there for a long time. He's been attacking for a long time in 1973. So, as of now, for 1972, I need to fill some gaps for Ghost Godzilla before I can actually make him come to Tokyo. Like there's a lot that I can do with the character that I really am intrigued to show you guys once I get the whole series done, which I think probably next year, Ghost Godzilla 4 or something. I don't know, like getting all 4 of them done. Like, it's going to take a while. And then, yeah, there's also Jurassic Zero, but definitely after those films, Godzilla Ground Zero. But all right, but anyways, back to the topic. So the humans, I really liked like how dark the deaths were with like one of the humans and stuff. You know, like how I made him physically hurt a human, like without like just a simple kill, like, you know, just straight up torturing it before it dies, you know? Torturing multiple people before they die. That's what I like, you know? That's the Godzilla we need. So, what you're saying is my Godzilla moon... Blood Moon? What do you mean Blood Moon Godzilla? What? What are you talking about? Blood Moon Godzilla is not Ghost Godzilla, if that's what you're saying, because he is not Ghost Godzilla. Excuse me. He is not Ghost Godzilla. I do want to say this, and yeah, come clean with this now. Obviously, yeah, Ghost Godzilla in Ghost Godzilla 2, yeah, or no, 3. Yes, Ghost Godzilla does have a new design, obviously. Yeah, his dorsal plates are bigger, and he has a tail now. He finally regrew his tail back. But there will be an explanation of how he lost his tail in the first place. So don't worry. There will be an explanation on how he lost his tail. So stay tuned for that. Because yeah, he always had a tail. I'm gonna lose my front tail in hat. What? Okay. Glad he got regeneration. Yeah, it's well, I mean, yeah, like what Godzilla doesn't have regeneration? Like, come on. You know what? At this point, since everybody's already seen Ghost Godzilla's design, I'm just gonna show you guys. Just straight up show you what the Terror himself, Ghost Godzilla, is gonna look like in Ghost Godzilla 2. Alright. Yeah, at this point, yeah, everybody's already seen it, so yeah, you obviously know what he's gonna look like, so yeah, might as well. So yeah, this is him. This is him. This is his dorsal plate. Hold on, let me just. So yeah, that's his dorsal plates. They were not easy to make. And then yeah, we have his big tail. His tail. And then yeah, we also have. So yeah, so what I wanted to do was I didn't want to change his face. You know, kind of like Godzilla 2019 in a way, where I didn't want to change this because this is like the most iconic of Ghost Godzilla. But I guess it is kind of the same design, but just just slight differences. Just slight differences. But yeah, just slight differences. Just the tail. Easy with the flirting. Okay. Yeah, easy, bro. Easy. This is. Come on, dude. Easy. Dude, easy. Anyways, yeah, that's basically him. That's basically Ghost Godzilla. I wonder how Ghost Godzilla would react mainly with GMK, Giragoji, and... Which Ghost Godzilla? Are you talking about? Lamau? Oh, God. I'm not prepared for what happens next. Saber, Loki, Sigma male. I don't even know what Sigma means, but okay. But yeah, okay, I will say this. I did repaint the chest a bit because I just felt like the red going down his chest was a little too much in my opinion, you know? Because obviously people, like some people say 1954 is the worst design. Like, I'm sorry, what? Like, I mean, yeah, but honestly, I'm glad that I was able to have a direction where, you know, his eyes, you know, pure, kind of like GMK's eyes. And then, yeah, the dorsal plates, full-on clay and glaze on top of it to make them look shiny. And then, yeah, the Heisei tail. I feel like it kind of peak though. Okay. All right. Anyways, back to what I was saying. So after I released it, I was just like, took it somewhere, and then I, you know, made a series out of it, and here I am today. Well, okay, buddy. Okay. All right, you're getting 10. All right, no, you're getting 30 minutes for that. What the fuck? Okay. That's a little too far. That's a little. No. Like seriously, yo, hat. That's a little too far, bro. That's actually a little too far. I didn't need to know about that. And in fact, actually, that's actually a little. That's a little concerning. I'm just gonna be honest with you. That's a little concerning. But yeah, I didn't need to know about that. Alright, anyways, that's kind of it, you know? I'm glad I was able to share how I created the character, Ghost Godzilla. You know? Wasn't an easy task, but, I mean, hey, I'm looking forward to Ghost Godzilla 2 and finishing that film. Alright, have a good one. A little too far. Me and Sober Loki, a thing that was a little too far. Alright. Anyways, I'm gonna go, guys. See ya. Oh, yeah, and also, remember, if y'all have any fan art of Ghost Godzilla 2, I will gladly put it in the credits. So, yeah, please do if you have it.